Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. It's Connor with Archer Lawn Maintenance. Welcome back to this channel's official first video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Today I want to discuss a topic that I think for a lot of people when they're getting into lawn care or they're looking for their next piece of equipment, especially younger guys, newer guys maybe, really struggle with. And that's, what should I go with? A lot of times you hear, oh, get this, get this, get this. But people never explain why. I really want to talk through, in my opinion, the four main categories of mowers, which are the push mower, the walk behind, the stand on, and the zero turn. I'm going to talk through them, pros, cons, that kind of thing, and see if I can give you guys any advice, help you out in any way I can. Hope you guys enjoy. So here we are. We're going to start with the push mower. The push mower is what everyone starts with and what everyone hopes they never have to use again. The pros of the push mower are it's extremely small. They come in a 21 and a 30 inch. That's the most common. The 30 inch is mainly made by Toro, Exmark, which are the same thing, Skag, and Ferris. This is a bad boy 25 inch push mower. So it's like a 21 inch push mower with a bigger blade. It doesn't have the two blades set up, whatever. Anyways, that's not the point. Nowadays, when you hear the word push mower, you think of, man, I have to push the mower. But nowadays on commercial units, you get this handy little lever down here. When you pull it, when the mower is running, obviously, it will pull itself forward, and that is called self-propel. And that basically makes it so much easier. It makes it to where you don't actually have to push the lawnmower anymore. Kind of takes the pain out of what we all used to remember doing at Grandma and Grandpa's house. I would say that everyone needs to have a push mower, because the biggest thing that people still use push mowers nowadays for is if you have an extremely soft yard, you can use it there. A lot of times most people will just use it for bagging because it's really common to get a bag for them. But by far the most used usefulness of the push mower, I guess if you want to say that, is the fact that they can fit in anywhere. You can get them behind fences to mow that little strip of grass. You can get them in the backyards that have the 30-inch gate, so they can get anywhere, and that's the biggest advantage for them. Most people won't use a push mower on a day-to-day basis. It's kind of a oh crap kind of thing. That is personally what we use for, and I know a lot of the guys around here, that's what we use ours for. So that is the push mower. Next, we have the walk behind. The walk behind is essentially a step up from a push mower, because you do still walk behind it, hence the name, haha. It mainly comes because you have these controls up here, and they're really easy, and it takes two hands to control. What happens is let's see, I'll put it in gear so you guys can see. What happens is when you flick the lock off and you let it pull forward, when it pulls forward, that goes further into gear. You pull back, that stops it. If you pull all the way back, that's what makes you go backwards. So that's what the walk behind controls look like. I see you have your throttle, and you would have a key here, but this one's really old and broken. The walk behind's biggest thing is all the uses it has. Obviously, you see this is a 30-inch deck, a 36-inch deck. So I can get this thing just about anywhere. Very rarely do I ever have to get the push mower out for this reason, because of how small the deck is, and it can fit in most backyards. And when I say most, I mean about 95% of backyards you can cut with this thing. I know that we have 2 yards that we cannot get either of our 36-inch mowers in, and so we're forced, or 3 that we have to use the push mower. So 3 out of 50 clients is not bad. That's maybe not exactly 95%, but it's pretty stinking close. The biggest thing, though, in my opinion, with the walk behind itself, not necessarily the 36-inch deck, is they're so light. This is about 500 pounds with me on it, give or take. This, which is a stand on, which we'll get to, with me on it is about 1,000 pounds. And I'm 150 pounds. I'm not a big guy. I'm 5'8", okay? These things can go anywhere, up anything, down anything. I have taken this thing sideways on hills, literally like that. I mean, where you're standing on the thing and leaning your whole body the opposite way, and it just holds because it's so light. And the even on these little turf tires that are old, it just holds because that's what it's made to do. It's made to do those funny kind of things and get in those areas that most mowers can't get to. So if I really had to sum up the walk behind, is where a lot of people are going to stop buying equipment here, because after they get to the push mower, they can get these things in a 36, 48, 54. You can get them in all different kinds of sizes. They go relatively fast, and you actually have that little cart back there. You can actually hook that to the back of the mower, and it will pull you around. Most of them, I think, stop at about 6 to 7 miles an hour. So they're not super fast, but it's a lot faster than a push mower. Next, we have my baby. This is my stand-on mower. I love these things. I love stand-ons because you can get them, like walk-behinds, in so many different sizes. This is a 36, but they offer a 36, a 48, a 54, a 60-inch. Exmark's coming out with one that's a 72-inch. You can get them in residential sizes where they're 32 inches. A 32-inch stand-on is absolutely insane. You can get them in all kinds of different gates. They're really great for going fast in tight areas. This thing has such a compact frame. You can see from the wheel to the front caster, they're the same on that, or they're pretty close. But this is that walk behind is so long from those handles. This saves up a ton of trailer space, and you can get it in all kinds of corners and all kinds of little funny places. However, as great as it is, as fast as it is, as much as I love my stand-on, I cannot ignore the glaring fact that it is extremely top heavy. That thing right there is super low to the ground, has a low center of gravity, and that's why you can hold it on so many different hills. This thing, look at that engine. That engine is up there. You've got that gas tank right there. Your battery's back in there. Your big control panel. About the only thing that's really low to the ground is the deck itself. Everything else is about the height of that frame bar. Obviously, the hydros are a little lower. They top off right there, though. These things on hills are a nightmare. If you're going sideways, you're going down the hill, essentially, because it will not hold. You really have to kick the front wheels up and kind of give it a little bit of gas and shimmy your way up it, essentially. Now, if you're going straight up, oh, it's a dream. It'll pull straight up really easy. You don't ever have to worry about on a walk behind because it doesn't have a lot of weight on the front. If you're going up a steep hill, the front will pick up like that. You don't have that problem on the stand-on. So it does have that in that area of the hills, but it's really not that great at holding hills. The reason so many people buy these, though, is because a lot of areas, a lot of the grass most people cut, they don't have super steep banks. And if they do have some, they have one or two. I know we have a couple, but really, even still, they're small enough where we can weed eat them. So that's why a lot of people have started to phase these out and go into these, because it's a lot like the zero turn that you see over there in how tight it is, but you can get them in so many different sizes. Every brand just about offers them now, and they're an absolutely incredible machine. I will buy many more. I love them. A lot of people love them, and they're just overall, in my opinion, a better piece of equipment. But then again, this video isn't about which is the best. It's what's the best for you. If you have a lot that's super, super hilly, go with the walk behind. But if you're cutting a lot of suburb grass, a lot of flatter areas, and you need to be done quick and get in and out of backyards, can't go wrong with the stand-on. Next, you've got the Grandpa Special. Everybody's grandfather had one. Most people still use these today. They're super big, and that's kind of why everyone uses them, is they're super big. This is a 54-inch, about the smallest thing you can find a commercial zero-turn, and this is a residential, by the way. It's a high-end residential. Is a 48, a 54, a 60, and a 72. 72 inches, obviously. All that's in inches. These things are used because of the zero-turn feature, and you can stop and turn on a dime, so you can get really nice, crisp lines. Also, the engines on these things are huge, and so you get a lot of power out of the deck, and you can cut super tall, super thick, super wet grass and just run through it like it's nothing. They're also a lot more comfortable if you're cutting a lot of grass. That stand-on and most stand-ons nowadays, the plate that you stand on have shocks, and so it really helps with your legs and keeps you comfortable. But man, there's nothing like sitting back, relaxing, and cutting some grass. I bought this for that exact reason. We started to get a lot bigger yards, a lot more acreage, and we really needed something that could cut a lot of grass and move fast. This is about a mile to 2.5 miles faster than that, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you put them next to each other and you're going full throttle, it really does make a difference, and you'll save 30 minutes to an hour in a day, and that's a lot. I mean, that's big time. These things are incredibly fast. I mean, really, they are. The Skag Cheetah has a top speed of 17 miles an hour? That's crazy. That tops out at 7. That tops out at 5. This tops out at maybe 8. That's double the speed of all of these. That's crazy. That's unbelievable. You can get them in a 60-inch deck, and that's what makes them so good for the big acreage properties. If you've got a lot of land to cover, a lot of grass, they're not much heavier than those. You can't go wrong with the sit-down zero-turn because of those reasons. They're fast, they're big, they're strong, they can cut a lot of grass, and they cut a lot of grass fast. That's the biggest thing. What you're going to learn is when you go back through and you look at all of the different kinds of mowers, the push mower, the walk behind, the stand on, the sit down, the biggest thing is how fast can I go? You can't go very fast. You can go a little faster. You can go fast, and you can go unbelievably fast. But the pro of this is also the con. It is so big. You can't fit this thing in a lot of back gates. A lot of times you have a 40-inch gate, and even a 48-inch mower is going to struggle to get through there. Sometimes might not be able to get through. That's why you have the 36. That's why you have the stand-on. It can be maneuverable. It can get in really easy areas. That's why you have the walk behind, so you can get up banks really easy. This can't go up banks. This is not the best. Also, you're at a lot higher risk because if this rolls, it's rolling on top of you. Whereas with that, you can kind of jump backwards, jump out of the way. Same thing with that. Another thing, they're so big. They're pretty well lined up right here at the front. And just look at how much longer that is. When that thing folds up, this is a 1.5 2 foot longer. Even that walk behind's longer than the stand on. So this is big, this is great, but it's not compact at all. You can get 2 of these on a trailer, whereas I could probably fit 4 of these on my 6.5 by 12 trailer. So that is the main differences. That's the 4 mowers: push mower, walk behind, stand on, sit down. I hope this was educational, and yeah, that's everything in this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that was educational. I hope you learned something you didn't know. If you're looking for a new piece of equipment, I hope that kind of made the decision easier or gave you some insight on maybe some more things you need to look into. If you have some questions, obviously I have all 4. I've used all 4 for a very extensive time period. So I can help you guys out. If you need any questions answered, I can do that for you. So just let me know. Hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.